So I have on my content here the roadmap, the right team, the right process, the customer. Of course, in creating the right product, you have quite a number of factors to actually consider more than this. But I believe this is actually crucial and important in creating the right product. So and I would try as much as possible to make it something that everyone can relate to, even though it might not be in the product team or maybe you're not a project manager. So I will start with the roadmap. So a roadmap is a strategic plan that outlines a goal or desired results and the key steps or turning points required to get there. A high-level document that helps clarify strategic thinking, the why behind the objective, and the strategy for achieving it. It also functions as a communication tool. So if you see the figure at my right, it's basically showing the road to a particular destination, and on the road we have like point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4, and you can have more than that. So basically those points are milestones, right, along the way of you achieving what you want to achieve. So the roadmap literally gives you like a strategic plan, a proper documentation, or in visual perspective, right, of how the product is going to be created. Let's look at the benefits. So it improves strategic planning. Product roadmaps provide a clear path for future product development, allowing companies to plan more effectively and measure progress. So everyone in a company, right, that actually wants to create a product, we have different teams come together. We have the business team or the operation team, we have the development team, you have we have the infrastructure, different team come together to actually create the product, and the roadmap help them to actually to see what everyone is supposed to do, or what they're supposed to do per team, right? And it's strategic planning that will actually help that. So on the roadmap, each team should know what they're supposed to do, or individual in the team. And we can have a roadmap for an organization as regards a product. So the one that contains the business team, contains the development team and other teams, right? Coming together as a team. And we can also have for a particular team, like even though we're creating a product and we have a roadmap created for every team that is going to be involved. A team itself, like a development team, can have their own roadmap to properly explain what they are doing concerning the product. It increased efficiency. By creating a roadmap, businesses can more readily decide which actions should be prioritized in order to accomplish the objective. So I believe we all know that when we prioritize the things that we want to do, like if we have a goal, and then when we talk about goals, we talk about creating a SMART goals, right? And in creating a SMART goal, you have priorities. So in achieving my goal, I know the things to do and things I'm not supposed to do, or what's supposed to come first before the order. So with that, you can easily achieve your goal, right? Or you can be effective, right, in achieving a goal. Visibility. Product roadmaps gives stakeholder easy access to centralized source of information. This transparency helps keep everyone on the same page. So you can have your stakeholders, you can have even 1 or 2 internal customers on the product roadmap. So make them see what is going on, right? To make them understand how the process, or let me say how the product is going to be created. So because we have, like I said, we have a milestone. So at a particular point, we expect that the customer testing, we expect that the stakeholders themselves, right, they're supposed to be involved. So it's product roadmap serve as an opportunity to actually involve them without even having meetings at all. So they can see what is going on. Everyone can see that. So I move to the next one: enhance customer satisfaction. customers who have access to, okay, I already talked about this, who have access to a product roadmap for future items are more confident in their need. They are more confident that their needs are being satisfied. So when I see what you're doing, I know what you're doing, and you're able to put me through, I tend to actually trust you, right? And that's why a lot of people want to, we all want to gain our customer trust. So roadmap actually help us to actually do that. Though you cannot have all your customers on your product roadmap, but especially the internal ones, the ones that can actually help you test and be sure that what you're creating actually makes sense. Then lastly, improve team collaboration. So everyone in the team can actually see what's going on. So it actually helps teamwork, right? That I know that at this particular point, we ought to have finished maybe the landing pages, assuming they were creating a website, we ought to have finished the landing page. So we all need to sit tight to actually work together in order to actually achieve that particular get to that particular milestone. So it helps to improve collaboration between teams. And this is one of the reasons I actually like Scrum Master, the fact that it helps you, even though you're done with your work, you can actually help your teammates to actually help them just in case there are impediments or blockers to actually be able to do the things that they're supposed to do. All right, so this figure two actually talk, you can see from my screen an example of a product roadmap. I got this from online Google, and the reason I even like this is because it has different teams working together on that particular product. So we have the web team, mobile team, and the marketing team. So they are all working together to actually achieve or to create a great product. So this roadmap was I mean, the marketing teams can actually see what the mobile teams they're actually doing and what the web team is actually doing. So at a particular point, we expect that there will be a particular release. At a particular point, we expect that there will be another release. So everyone actually needs to sit tight to actually work right properly, and to actually also actually help each other to in achieving the results they want. So the right process, this is now the second factor I consider important in creating the right product. The process you use in creating a product should be relatable and adaptable, right? There are different processes. However, there are two important processes in industry right now. Actually, I'm talking based on my field, project management and managing a product, right? We have Agile, we have the waterfall, and under Agile, we have different methodology, right? Different methodologies. But you know that you can actually pick from one framework. Sorry, I mean different frameworks on that Agile, yes. So, but you can pick from different frameworks and actually combine. Yes, we have Scrum, we have Extreme Programming, we have Kanban. But really, you've seen from or let me say one team to another, how people actually combine frameworks together, right? The important thing is that the team can actually work with the process you're bringing in, right? They can understand what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to do it. So it has to be relatable, it has to be adaptable. So I have the list of stages here that can help in product development. So the ideation, which basically talk about generating ideas, right? The conception, you're generating ideas and brainstorming on what to do. And then we have product definition, scoping and finding the products, and then prototyping. So you're more like building something small that people can relate to it and give you feedback on that particular prototype, and that will help you if you should continue or not, right? It says you're constructing a visual representation, something people can relate to it. Then you have initial design. So if permission you are going on, you design, then you develop, right? So in designing, you have your validation and testing. People, your customers can validate that this is going to make a lot of sense. So they work to the user experience and on the interface to see that this is going to be a great product. And then you do you do proper development and commercialize basically. So that is the but those are the stages involving product development process. I like this particular figure because the stages actually it's more like the roadmap that I was describing the other time. So it's taking us through a particular journey on how you're going to, you know, create your products, right? You spot the problem, interview potential user, discuss the findings in the team, perform additional research, and so on till number 10, analyze feedback and improve on the MVP. So this will actually up a lot. I, I mean, so far for me, I think this is like the best process I've seen, because it's taking it one by one, so that there's nothing you're missing out. And this will help you, certainly will help you get the right product. So the right team, we have quite a number of things to actually talk about when we want to consider the team, right? But I believe this is actually important, the type of products, the values, and the teamwork. So the product you want to build or create will determine the team that you want. So if you're creating a website, for example, right, you don't need a mobile developer, right? So the type of product, or you're creating an API, so you can create different type of products, right? But it's a product that will determine the team that you need, the people you're going to bring on board to actually create a particular product. And in doing that, you want to have the best mind. So when we're saying best mind, people that have the right mindset, people that are well skilled in creating that particular product. And that's where values comes in. And this will take me back to Agile and Waterfall, and then the frameworks under Agile, right? Like Scrum, for example, which is used in a lot of industries. So Agile basically talk about a mindset, a value you're supposed to have in creating a product. I always say that when you want to create a right product or a great product, you need great people. Great people is not just people, it's not just people that actually have the skill to actually create, but people that actually have the right mindset, the right value that can, when we talk about soft skills, right? Or different type of skills. You talk about collaboration, teamwork. These people, they are not just good in what they do, but they know how to relate with people. They know how to they understand teamwork, basically, to be able to create the products that that you want to create. So if the type of product is important, you need to consider that. The values are actually important, you need to consider that. And then teamwork. So teamwork is is a collaborative effort of a group to achieve a common goal or to complete a task in the most effective and efficient way. So they need to understand is that it's not just one person is going to achieve a great result. Everyone needs to come together to actually achieve a good result. And that takes me to, okay, yeah, for this particular slide, I actually like this. I like this figure because, you know, when we create a product, we per sprint, I'm using Scrum for example, we bring out increments, right? And increments can be MVP, and if it's not shippable enough, then it cannot be MVP. It's still going to be an increment. But when you combine it together and it gets to a stage where people can use it, then it becomes an MVP, minimum viable product. And I like the fact that they are bringing the box together to construct the words that they want to. Like, we can actually do it. Do you understand? So, but everyone needs to actually do it. Everyone needs to bring their skill together to actually achieve that that we need to achieve. So the customer, this is the last factor on my list. By including customers in the development process, businesses can create better products, increase customer satisfaction, build customer loyalty. You need your customer in product creation for three important levels. Like I said, of course, there are a lot of things to consider, but like from my own perspective, I believe these things are actually important. So collection of requirements, really, there's nothing you're if you have an idea in your head and you don't know how to go about it, then you're not going to create it. So you need to understand, yes, we know that there's a particular problem, but we need to understand what we need to do, what are the set of what will I call it now, requirements that we need to get in order to create the products that we want. So in collecting, in getting the requirements, you need your customer. If you really want to get the best requirements, right, your team is not going to get the best for you. You also need to move out, right? You can do that in form of using a form. It can be through interviews and many other examples that you can use to actually get requirements from your customers to understand what exactly is on their mind, because they are the one that will actually need the product, right? Even though the client is telling you, please, let's do this, let's do that, you still need to hear from your customer. So product requirements include all functions, features, and behaviors that the product must possess so that it will be efficient, easy to use, safe, and at low cost. This forms your product backlog. I've said that already. Also, testing, customer testing helps to improve the overall user experience of your product. So you don't want to create something and this is really the essence of agile. Like we don't want to create something for like a year or 2 years or 6 months or 3 months, and at the end of the day our customer will be like, oh, this is actually not cool enough, this is not what I expect. Or the client is telling you that I pay so much money and you're giving me this, and it can be frustrating, right? A lot of times, and that is why you need to involve your clients, your stakeholders, including the customers, when you're creating, so that you get the exact result, building the right thing, you get the exact results that you want. So if you can actually, if there's a suitable way, right, to actually build the whole thing and give it to the customer and the customer sees the product and say, wow, and then we won't need agile, we just go through waterfall process. But really we realize that it's not easy to satisfy humans, so that's why you need to allow them to be part of the process. So when they test for you, they tell you, oh, I think this is what you need to correct, I think this is what you can add, I think this is what you can improve on. Those feedbacks are actually important, and that takes me to the last thing, so feedback. So they actually help you. So when you give the customer the products, because sometimes you think you are actually communicating this particular should I say this particular thing to the customer, but customer is saying another thing. You're communicating A, customer is saying B. So you need to actually get feedback from the customer to know that you're actually doing what you're supposed to do. The team is actually building the right thing. So the feedback is very important. You can't remove that from product creation. You can't, it's not possible. So so figure 7 basically talked about the backlog. You can see on my screen. So you see from feature 1 to feature 9, basically talking about everything that is needed to actually create the product, the right product. And like we said, it's supposed to come in the user perspective. So you put yourself in the position of the user to say that I want this so that I can do so, right? And then you categorize your features, right, based on we call it epic, like a set of related user story together, and then you also categorize them into sprints. That's if you're using Scrum. And the benefit of testing, so this figure is just basically showing you how testing can actually help the company or the team to actually get the right products. So I think I've come to the end of my presentation. I hope you gain 1 or 2 things. Thank you so much. You can bring in questions if you have.
All right, I think Mr. Alex, you can go on with your question.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for the presentation. It was wonderful. It's a very great slide. You merged from the presentation. I was able to see a merge from product management and project management, and you explain some things that I've been asking myself. So I've been asking myself some questions, and you actually threw light on some answers to them, which leads me to some other questions. So it's those questions I'll be asking. One of it is this: as a product, rather as a nice project or product. Okay, let me say as a project manager, because you talked about projects. Will you rather choose, let's just say you are an official, will you rather choose a project manager who, if he does not get what he needs, he discards the, let's just say, the developer and the team and source for another one? Or will you choose a project manager who is patient, however, might not get the results he needs in time, but at the end of the day will? So who will you choose between, because every manager has their personalities, and at some point one gains than the other. Like there's an advantage for one and there's a disadvantage for the other. So it's quite, which one will you choose as a project manager?
Okay, for me, I think the first thing I will consider is the results. Really, people measure based on results. I noticed that. So if you're supposed to create a product and we need it in the next 3 months, and I've worked with 1 or 2 people, I'm obviously going to get to someone that can get the result for me on time. Now, having to have patience and collaboration, understanding people, and so on is the work of a project manager, and every project manager should actually have that. So it is possible that the project manager will have to discharge or release 1 or 2 team members because they are not achieving the result they're supposed to achieve. It doesn't mean that he actually did not like them, or maybe the process is not cool, or the way they are working is not cool. No, it may be because it's not getting the result that I want to get. So if I want to get something, I have a big project and I have to achieve in the next 6 months, I'm not going to go for someone that's just started development. No, but if I have a product that I know that someone that just started developing can do, or will have so much time on it, I can employ that person to start it just so that person will learn from it. So I think results is what we need to consider here. And as a project manager, you surely need to have emotional intelligence, right? How to be able to bring team together and to relate with them, for sure. But if we have deadlines, we need to consider that. So if we have to remove, I'm just saying, right? Of course, there will be, if we have to discharge, there will be warning before that time, making people understand that, oh, we actually need to get results, we actually need to get results, we actually need to get results. So everyone will know that they're supposed to sit tight to actually do what they're supposed to do. And if it's that you know that they're doing their best and they are not, it's just that things are not working, you will know, you will understand, and then you know as a project manager how to actually address that particular situation. I hope I've been able to answer your question.
Yes, you've been able to balance it. Thank you very much. Then I have another question. Is that what is the loophole in Agile? Because Agile is, it's always celebrated, it's always talked about, but there should be things that might not go well with Agile. There should be processes. So are there any?
Okay, so I've really not thought about this very well, but I know of 1 or 2. So the thing is, Agile supports that you should what's the word I'm going to use now? Trust your team members, right? If you say you're giving them a particular work to do, right, or probably a particular member needs to do this particular work, so you're supposed to trust. And I think I've actually been in that situation, and this was how I learned from it. And I also realized that Agile actually have that, especially Scrum actually have that should I say shortcoming. So if if your capacity is 5 user story and I give you a work of 3 user story, and you're supposed to be able to achieve that 5 user story in just an hour, and I gave work of 3 user story for 2 hours or 3 hours, I have to, considering Agile, I have to find the best way of actually telling you that, because you need to actually move faster. But because Agile makes us understand that you're supposed to trust your people. So you're believing that he's doing according to his capacity, but inside you, you know that this guy can actually do more than what he's doing. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think Agile have not been able to actually deal with that area of I wouldn't say monitoring people, but be able to track how people are actually working, how well they're actually using their capacity. That's one thing. I really do not have another I can say right now, but along the line, I think I will think about it and get back to you.
Right. I don't know. There was something I wanted to add, but because of time, I don't know if
You can.
There's also
Just a
another
minute.
question in the chat box.
Yes. So want to know the difference between
customer and client.
Customer and client. So clients basically is the person that actually gave you the work to do. And your clients can be your customer, by the way, right? But the client or the customer, let me put this way, the customer is the person using the product. The client is the person that actually gave you the project or the product to actually create, right? So why did I say that your clients can be your customer is that, so if I need a product that will help me to, that I need to operate on, let me put it that way, right? So because of that, I can't see any app or any product online that can help me do that. So I tell you to actually do what to help me create that kind of product so that I can use it for my advantage. So I'm the customer in this case, and at the same time, I'm the client because I'm the one paying you the money to do the work. Do you get that?
Yeah, I think now that's pretty clear.
Thank you.